Turning now to this, Democrats in Richmond have unveiled a new congressional map that would dramatically shift the balance of power, potentially giving their party control of 10 out of 11 congressional seats.
The move is part of a national trend of mid-decade redistricting and is already sparking legal challenges. John Hood breaks down how these proposed changes could impact who represents you in Washington.
So Virginia Democrats have released a congressional redistricting map that could change who represents who in Washington. Here's a look at the current map and a look at the new map. I'm John Hood, and I spoke with political analysts on what this change could mean for voters here in Hampton Roads. Again, here is the current map and the new map proposed by state Democrats. Political analysts call this the 10-1 Democratic-leaning map, meaning Democrats have the advantage of winning 10 of Virginia's 11 congressional districts. For Democrats, it's a big increase over the current political breakdown of 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans. Virginia is one of several states considering mid-decade redistricting after President Trump asked Republican-led states to redraw their congressional maps favoring GOP candidates for the 2026 midterms. Here in Virginia, the most notable changes are in the northern and central part of the state. Congresswoman Jen Kiggans is one Republican who could be impacted. She represents District 2, which under the proposed map moves a little west to encompass more of the Norfolk area.
Given the policies of the White House and what has taken place with the Veterans Affairs and DOGE, and I believe that a Democrat could win that district without it being redrawn.
Political analyst Dr. Eric Claville tells me District 2 is purple and has flipped more than any other congressional district in the United States. Kiggans' campaign team sent a statement to News 3 about the proposed map saying, quote, "One thing has become clear. Virginia Democrats are so terrified of Jen Kiggans' record of success that they will lie, cheat, and steal to defeat her." Recently, a judge in Tazewell County ruled the Democrats' redistricting efforts illegal. Democrats have appealed to the state Supreme Court. Claville thinks the court will see Democrats went through the proper process and rule in their favor. But here's what Governor Abigail Spanberger had to say about the possible future map.
This map meets those parameters, and so if they choose to move forward with this one, then I don't intend to stand in the way of that.
Dr. Claville tells me he expects the state Supreme Court to make a ruling by the end of this month. If everything moves forward, voters would have the final say during a special election in April. In Virginia Beach, I'm John Hood, WTKR News 3.